late today. We was out and about. We was this close to doing the show in the car. Mm-hmm. So it's good we made it in.
Home related stuff.
We did what?
Still home related to things here, being here in our new place.
Oh yeah, moving in and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's the latest? What's the thing? Pence and
I laughed.
Trump.
I was peed on myself.
I told you in the car. I said, they found documents.
I said every president probably has documents at home. But you said every president except Obama.
I said that we don't know. Was like, I said it'd be nice if they find every president, like they go back and say, well, Bush, let's look at Clinton, Bush, everybody. And the only one, the one who they thought was going to steal from the White House, is the only one that didn't have it.
Wouldn't that be something?
They thought he was going to be having barbecues.
Michelle probably saw him getting ready to check it out and take it. Michelle said, no, what you doing?
Michelle seemed like the type of person, if he had it at home, she'd be like, what is this?
Babe?
You're not supposed to have this. Honey, you're not, we gotta walk 18 miles more than what everybody else does.
Let's take this back.
Well, Joe gets to take home. You're not Joe. So
yeah, because Joe said as a president, I can declassify them and take them and review them. And
Joe took home stuff.
Let's just hope that Obama has none either. But Pence, what was Pence doing?
I can see Bush having them. Bush he's an idiot, so I can see him having them.
What about Clinton? They go all the way
Clinton,
back.
Clinton. I'm gonna tell you what Clinton did. Clinton he burnt them suckers. Clinton ain't stupid enough to keep them in the closet. Clinton will be like, I don't know what you're talking. It's probably files missing from Clinton.
What kind of process do they have in place?
I told you it's a horrible process.
I keep thinking the library has better processes than when you check a book out and
horrible.
Back in the day, I had fines coming at me.
Anybody?
Saying, Laura, you didn't return this book. We only got 7 copies.
Right.
And you got one of them.
I know. So, all right, we'll start off with our first story. Let's see. That's the first story.
Yeah.
Today.
Found some
classified documents found at former Vice President Mike Pence Indiana home, and you know how stale he is. Mm-hmm. Mother.
They then found some files on
Mother.
Well, you need to let them know.
Mother, I asked you to put that on the calendar.
That's
Mother.
the Christian thing to do.
Mother, I asked you to put on the calendar for me to return those files.
I'm so sorry about what's going on, man. We were at church and I forgot. Mother.
Who calls it? Well, some people call their wives mother.
We got so bottled down. We went to we had revivals during that time. So we didn't know we had.
Gosh.
They forget about Trump with the documents now.
Yeah, they just find everybody. He's probably riding on this one.
Oh my God.
Well, who else out there has them?
And he don't like Mike Pence.
Exactly.
So he's like,
he really don't care.
Classified documents found at former Vice President Mike Pence Indiana home.
Wow.
A handful of classified documents were found former Vice President Mike Pence home in Indiana, and the FBI retrieved them last week. A representative for Pence wrote to a National Archive letters in this month. Mm-hmm. Pence lawyer characterized the documents as a small number of documents.
What's a small number?
Bearing classified markings that were inadvertently transported to the personal home of former Vice President at the end of the last administration. He said they were found January 16th and placed in a secure safe until they could be returned to proper authorities.
Why wouldn't you not return that as soon as possible?
This is because they don't want people to know. Because all the stuff that was going on with Trump, they didn't want to say, oh, I got some too. They know they had those classified documents.
Okay.
In the latest in a series of scandals involving classified documents, a widening issue that underscores what security analysts have told USA Today, the U.S. system of safeguarding classified presidential documents is in urgent need of improvement.
Yes, we all
especially during the critical period when one administration hands over the White House keys to another.
Because if you think about this, if you're getting ready to go move into someone's home and you got files, well, maybe that's a different analogy. Do another one, because you're good with analogies. Apparently, I'm not.
When you getting ready to leave your job and you take home some stuff,
important files
you
that
take
belongs
home
to that
files that
job's
belong
roles
to
and responsibilities.
It belongs to the company. and somebody else is getting ready to take your position, and you got stuff at your house they need.
That's why they when they let you go, they don't even let you go back to your desk.
They let
sometimes.
you When you get fired, some places are stupid.
I know.
Most places, they make you think you got a job until you get there.
Yeah.
And then security escorts you out. You come in. That's how it was when they fired me. I only been fired one time in my life, and it was cold how they did it. I'm glad they did, but it was cold how they did it. They let me come all the way in, and the people in the front were smiling. And they know because they're the admins.
The
admins know who typed up my letter to get rid of me. Hey Kim, how you doing? So then I walk in and I sit down at my desk and put my purse down, and then I went to turn my computer on and I put my thing in and my code didn't work. So I'm like, what happened?
They locked you out the system.
I said, I can't get into my password's not working. They changed my password.
Oh, wow.
So then I called HR and I was like, is something going on with the computers or something? Oh, we'd like to see you in the conference room.
Whenever HR calls you in the office.
And they did it on April Fool's Day.
That's why when she told us, we thought that was a joke.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day.
Yeah. April Fool's
Kim,
Day.
you got us right. No.
So I went in there, and then that's when they was like, "Oh, we have to let you go." They probably thought I was going to do something, but it was probably the happiest day of my life.
Wow,
I was happy.
Most of the time, they don't even. Well, I guess in our case, but
they shouldn't have let me go back to the office.
They had a layoff at my company, and they let us stay until the 1 o'clock or something. They told us in the morning.
Yeah,
we each went into the office, so you knew who was on the hit list.
Right,
everybody that went in to see the HR,
the conference room people.
That conference room.
I've worked at a company where it's conference room people.
Yeah,
it was other people around me, and they got called to the conference room.
Mine was too.
I was like, I wonder why they calling people.
It was the HR and the head of our department.
And everybody in the conference room got let go.
Yes.
And they came back and security followed them back. That's what I said. Normally they don't let you just come back.
Right. They came back to our desk.
Yeah.
And I even asked the HR person, I said, you're going to let me go back to my desk? She said, oh yes, you've been here a while, so we trust you. I could have went postal. What they used to say,
you could have taken stuff from your desk.
Yes, stolen some documents like Pence and them took.
And then people gonna ask me, did I need a box? I said, I don't bring nothing. I had already every place I work. I don't bring stuff and put it on my desk.
Yeah, you're not a person that brings the family picture of the dog.
The only thing I need is my purse and my phone.
And I would always threaten people if I grab my purse.
If I grab my purse.
Oh no, Kim, there's been places that say, Kim, don't leave, please.
Oh, I've quit
jobs. Ready to touch her purse.
I've quit many jobs.
But yeah,
I've had my bosses run and block me at the door.
Please don't go. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, what you want us to do? We'll do this.
Yeah. So that's what this is. You don't leave and then you take stuff and then the person
is at your house.
Yeah. But this is worse.
This was during that transition of a new administration.
This is probably equivalent in business of taking home a client's file that has all their personal information in it, and no one else is supposed to see it.
Yes.
And you take it home, and your dog is sniffing it, and everybody else is playing around with it, and it has personal information.
What makes this even worse is that if on both parties, if Biden had stuff prior to,
he was senator and he had stuff.
Trump going in office.
Yeah.
No, and then Pence as the transition to the new administration. That's where it gets sticky.
And it said they found on January 16th. So why are we just not hearing about it?
Exactly.
Emerald says, hi, ladies.
Hey.
Hi. Danae listening. Hey. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, that you're right. Because you would think that the process would be in place where they're saying, we're going to get a new administration. You and you have files that are out.
And don't they get people, when you get a new administration, don't they replace them with another administration?
Yes.
So if you the person coming in and the other lady was horrible at keeping documents, wouldn't you say, well, under our administration, you're not just taking home documents?
Well, that's what they're trying to say. What is the process?
What's the process?
If there's a general process, everybody should follow it. But
and shouldn't they be labeled? Like number 1, 2, 3. Where's number 13 at?
Exactly. Like I'm going back to my library days. You got the 6th edition. We got 6 books of Stephen King, and you got one of them.
Yeah.
And you've had it out for 3 months now, so you owe us $10.
Librarians back in our day, that was their job.
Sticklers.
Librarians were like, they were tough.
Yes.
Like, they were like, you bring that book. Like, it was like, books were like treasure back then.
And remember back in the day, it had the little slot in there. They took the card out and they stamped it with the date that you take the book out.
And they look and see when you bring it back, they flip through and see how you write it.
I've gotten phone calls.
Yeah.
From a library.
Yeah.
Saying that I owe such and such to go back to the library. Or you would have to, in that case, it wasn't confidential stuff. No. I had to pay for the book.
You got to pay for the book.
Because they got to go now and get another copy of it to go to the library. So Pence.
And why are they bringing stuff home anyway? Why can't you do your job?
You stay at the office late. Just have the lights on. It's midnight and you got the files with the little chain on them and the little key. You're still within the whole building.
I'm sorry.
I got to take these home because I need the
Mike Pence. I'm sorry.
I'm going to watch a football game and I'm going to catch up on my reading.
I took these home. I remember distinctly. We had a revival and I couldn't stay. Mother wanted me to get back. Yeah. And it was 6:00. The revival started at 7. And I was going to read it in the car back to the house. I had it all planned. Then we got to the revival. And the Holy Ghost started moving.
Yes.
And I fell out under the Spirit of the Lord. And when I awoken, I just, I don't know why God didn't bring back to my memory.
The Holy Spirit should have reminded me I had those files.
I'm going to have a conversation with God.
He's the God of order. He does things decently.
No, I don't know why. If I'm praying and I'm at revival, and I'm falling out under the power, that God himself would tell me that I had those documents.
Maybe the Holy Spirit was speaking to me, but at the time, Trump was talking in my ear, and I wasn't quite
I was afraid. I heard murmuring about hang Mike Pence.
Yes.
I've been hearing that for all those years. So January 6th was no surprise to me. I got a lot of stuff going on. I had the revival and hang Mike Pence.
That scared me.
Why would I remember to bring documents back? I'm sorry about it. Mother, you should have reminded me of that.
Sorry, honey.
Go in the house. You guys can search all of our houses.
Be okay. They're doing an investigation.
You won't find one more document in the name of Jesus. You won't find another one. And I won't obstruct. And I won't be what Trump is.
Thank you.
You can search all over our house.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
I'm letting you come get them, and I'm giving them to you.
Yes.
He didn't do that.
He didn't do that. But Mother and I we're cooperating. And you can come in and you can take anything else.
Whatever else that's been signed.
Now, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to make sure that I pray, and I'm going to ask God to bring back to my remembrance. Because I don't want you to find anything else. All right?
Any other files?
Give me tonight. I can't do it now.
Right.
But tonight, before Mother and I go to bed, I'm going to get down on my knees and I'm going to ask the Holy Spirit to reveal to me
if there's any other files.
If there's any other files
in my home.
And if there are, I will bring, no, I won't bring them. You can come. I'll point you to them. And you can take them.
Thank you.
But it was all done innocently.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it.
But you know what? People are constantly saying there is a difference.
There's a difference
with Biden and Trump.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is that we're cooperating.
Oh, but
we wasn't supposed to take them home, but come on now. We're all saved here, okay? You've taken home a stapler or a pen by mistake. You've taken some sticky notes home, a Post-it note. So there's nothing wrong with taking classified documents.
Is that called a white lie versus a big black lie, a white lie? I don't see the difference.
What's the difference?
They all took files away from that building.
Throw the Trump case out. It's over.
Okay.
Done.
There you go.
There's no way you can still put him up for taking home classified documents if you don't put Biden
the other ones.
And you don't put all the... Now, Biden is totally different than Pence.
What is this?
Pence is he fell out under the spirit of the Holy Ghost.
Okay,
that's how he
what we're saying. That's the story we're dealing with.
Biden is, well, he just didn't remember.
Well, he's Grandpa Biden.
He's Grandpa Biden. I got so much going on with Hunter.
I don't even remember.
Come on now. I got a lot going on here. I had Hunter and I had all this other stuff.
I may have even given Hunter some of the files. I don't even remember anything with Ukraine on it. I let Hunter look at it.
It so happens that the documents happen to be Ukraine. And it so happens that we send in billions of dollars to... Look. It's a coincidence that the documents that's being found at my house somehow tie to Ukraine.
Yeah.
That's years ago. All a coincidence.
Thank you.
All a coincidence.
So we'll see what.
Remember, I'm Grandpa Biden. Remember Jim Carrey did him as the sweater guy? It's so nice to be Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers.
Remember, I'm Mr. Rogers. I'm Biden. I'm the guy who wears the sweater. I'm Grandpa Biden.
Yes.
I would never do anything like that.
So it's really, they're saying the motive.
Exactly.
And how they react.
Get out of here.
Is the difference.
None of them was supposed to bring home any classified documents.
Thank you.
And here we're going to find some more. It's not going to be just Mike Pence.
You think some other presidents?
Now the FBI is going after everybody. Okay. Please, Jesus, let Obama be the only one
that don't have a file in the house.
Just so we can say for all the racist people in this country
that he was going to steal from the White House.
He was going to steal from the White House.
Thank you.
Out of all the presidents, they find everybody except the black guy.
Thank you. Let's see if Bush has one, his father. Let's see if Clinton has one. Well, we know what's his name's passed away. Maybe his wife still has some.
And I don't think Obama would, because I think he's smart enough to know they would definitely follow him to see what he got.
Yeah, and hopefully Michelle kind of kept him in order too.
All right, so let's move on. All right. That's it for the Mike Pence. The Holy Spirit
did not lead him.
We should have labeled this Mike Pence. Let's change it. I'm going to change
the Holy Spirit? No.
Mike Pence.
Miss God.
Mike Pence, Mrs. God, and documents were found or something along those lines. Y'all, we're going to relabel this video. Okay. Well, Wanda Sykes mocks Trump's eulogy for Diamond and Silk.
Yeah. Well, she's one of people, because a lot of people have been talking about his eulogy.
Normally, I don't find funerals funny. This week's Daily Show guest host joked before tearing into Trump's awkward speech over the weekend.
Yes, he's always awkward with his speeches.
Last week, Saturday Night Live alum Leslie Jones kicked off her week as co-host of The Daily Show. Starting this Monday, it was comedian Wanda Sykes who turned behind the desk, and she found equally fertile comic ground in an unlikely place. Normally, I don't find funerals funny, she began, getting a laugh for that premise alone. But here's a story about a funeral that I found hilarious. Sykes was, of course, talking about the unexpected death of Lynette Hardaway, better known as Diamond, of the mega duo Diamond and Silk. You know those two sisters who are always showing up at Donald Trump's rallies, praising him on TV, setting the black race back 50 years, she said. You know those two.
Yes.
That's why people be writing and think, y'all remind me of Diamond and Silk. I said, the devil is a lie.
Oh, stop. Because they sisters?
Oh, hey, Danae. Thank you for the $5, Danae. Watching from Nigeria.
Okay.
One place that we have not gone.
Yes.
Thanks, Danae, for the super chat.
Okay.
Knowing Trump, he probably only has room for one black woman in his brain at a time.
Oh.
I am Wanda Sykes on Trump's awkward eulogy for Diamond.
Okay.
Let's see. Did she say something?
Remember the name.
Let's see.
Normally, I don't find funerals funny. But here's a story about a funeral that I found hilarious. Because this funeral had Donald Trump. And that guy can turn anything into a joke. Maybe you've heard of Diamond and Silk. You know, those two sisters who are always... two sisters who are always showing up at his rallies, praising him on TV, setting the black race back 50 years. You know those two. Trump held meetings with them. He'd invite them to the Oval Office. He would point at them and say, see, black people love me. Well, sadly, Diamond passed away a few days ago. Yeah. And Silk said that she wanted Trump to speak at the funeral because the three of them were so close. At least Silk thought the three of them were close until Trump started to speak.
You know, the world has lost one of its brightest stars, real star, but I see that we have another star who is equal to, but she stepped up and she is different. I'm serious. I thought I knew them both. I didn't. I knew Diamond, but I didn't know Silk at all. I just learned about Silk. You're fantastic. You're going to carry on beyond anybody's wildest imagination.
Oh my God! It's like Trump showed up to that funeral like, Diamond's dead, but I'm gonna bury Silk. Oh yeah, there's room for two in that casket.
Oh my God!
I mean, come on. To say you know Diamond but don't know Silk is wild because they're always together. That's like saying I know Bert, but I never heard this Ernie song. What's his deal? You know, I thought Sister was just called Sister. Knowing Trump, he probably only has room for one black woman in his brain at a time. If he turns on the TV right now, he'll be like, wow, Diamond's hosting the Daily Show.
So that's that. I don't know no Silk, but I know Diamond, and they were always together. What is wrong with him? Was he? You think he did that on purpose?
No, he's for real when he talks.
That's kind of sad.
Emerald says it's okay, sis, and Danae's laughing. Emerald says, "Oh wow, wasn't he just shown with a picture of both of them?
Yes.
How didn't he know Silk?"
And Diamond and Silk, even the names are together. Diamond and Silk.
I know Silk, but I don't know Diamond.
No, he knows Diamond.
I know Diamond, but I don't know Silk.
You're going to go far. You're going to go a long way. You're a knucklehead.
Okay, so let's look. Let's pull out positive and negative out of this.
Okay,
all right. So the positive is that he did show up.
Mm-hmm. In his busy schedule, probably to...
We don't know what kind of schedule he got now.
Because they've been supportive of him.
Right.
Okay.
So the fact that he showed up to do her eulogy, that was nice. Because they was at everything this man did.
But it's what Wanda Sykes said. He showed up to bury the other one. That's embarrassing. I almost don't want you to come. Just send a letter. Or what are those little letters that they read? What are those called? Send one of those.
And look at the people it ain't a lot of black people.
No, it's not.
See, that's not good.
A lot of blacks didn't support them because of their
They didn't have a lot of friends?
I don't know. I would think maybe the family's in already.
I think, okay.
Because the family wouldn't wait in line.
So these are people probably just that conservatives that like Diamond
their show, and because you would think the family is either in a room separately or in the area where they're viewing the body and stuff.
The roughly 3-hour celebration began at 3:15 with a pre-show emceed by Rose Tennant, a conservative talk show host, and featured musical performances from the North Carolina Rally Teen Choir, Wade Jennings was there, mm-hmm. and the Everett Family Gospel Ensemble. The more than 150 attendees received patriotic programs bearing Diamond's portrait and a list of Diamondisms, bearing some of her most popular catchphrases, such as, "Don't get it twisted."
Okay.
And "Dump the rest of those chumps and vote for Donald Trump."
Okay. May you rest in peace. So,
don't get it twisted.
I wonder if
now which one is Diamond?
Well, the one that introduced him was the short hair one, I think.
Okay, so Diamond is this one.
I think Diamond's the long hair one.
And they said she died of a heart failure.
It was rumor about COVID, but no, it was where a large number of women die of heart.
A pre-show also included a pre-recorded message from Ben Carson, former U.S. Secretary of Housing. Why couldn't he come?
I don't know.
See, Trump came. Why couldn't Ben Carson come?
Ben was probably doing surgery.
And he's so stale, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, I heard about I heard about Diamond.
He was such a boring man.
You know, the heart is very
important,
complicated.
Yes, I've done many surgeries on the heart.
You know, I feel like when I met her,
she had some heart problems.
I shook her hand and I told her that your blood pressure is going to kill you, and you should maybe relax and maybe cut down on some of those catchphrases. Those catchphrases are going to kill you one day.
And are you doing fried food?
You should probably, I know you're a black lady, like myself.
Yes.
And you probably eat fried chicken and all kind of fried foods.
Oh my goodness.
But Trump wouldn't want you to eat that.
No. And you need to stay on the trail to support him. He's going to run again.
The heart is a very complicated thing, Diamond, and I feel like I just feel like maybe you should calm down on your shows a little bit. And
why would he say that though?
Don't be so black. Don't be so black. Just bring it down a little bit.
Bring it down a notch.
You know, we always have hypertension and things like that because we're so colorful. Yes. We're very colorful people, and we got to bring that. We got to be more like Mike Pence.
Oh, so you know what?
All right, here we go.
Soul sisters.
Emerald says, "Oh wow, was it okay?" You just shown. Emerald says, "Only black folks had to be family, so you know the funeral started and ended on time."
Stop.
You know her family was still coming in. Oh, you know they started because Trump was there, and a lot of white people was there, so the funeral started on time. And you know her relatives was coming in late.
Yeah.
What kind of funeral? It said the funeral started at 3:00. It's 5:00. How y'all started already?
He said he made comments about it being so long. You haven't been to a black funeral, Donald Trump? Yeah, it's gonna be long.
Oh,
that's
my goodness.
Funny. Okay,
that was a good one. But so Diamond and Silk.
I'm wondering if she's gonna go on as solo.
No, because you said you not.
I wouldn't.
You should go on. You got to go on.
No, unless she does they do a podcast, right? Already.
Yeah, she could go on and put a cutout of her sister next to her.
See. She may
something where you push the button and it does the catchphrase.
That's true. And she may have.
Don't get it twisted. You heard what my sister said.
Would normally say. And then she can do it when she have a guest on each time, so she can always have a person that she. Can
a sit-in diamond.
A sit-in diamond. Yep. Okay.
Oh God. Well, so you got to keep going on.
Yeah. Prayers go out to the family though, because you don't wish death on nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
So, these women, I hope the sister continues on, with whatever they're doing.
You don't want her to keep continuing.
Well, that's what they feel. I mean, people, they were really real, right? They really supported him.
All right.
There's a lot of people that's still in the bandwagon for him.
Oh, you're right.
They said even today, I
think it was them. It wasn't that they was pro-Trump. They was ridiculously pro-Trump.
They went overboard.
It was overboard.
Because they were saying on the View today, Alyssa then was sharing poll numbers, and his numbers are still up there against DeSantis, against Biden.
And look at this. Tressie Ham, an executive at Diamond and Silk's company, and a friend of the sisters, read Diamond's obituary and shared some of her favorite memories of her. See, they made some money off of this.
Yeah. So, and you don't know too, like if they truly were followers of him, and then how much more of it was marketing and to promote them, but did they
really like him?
Did they go home and go?
The fact that he got up there and said he only know one and not the other one, they wasn't as close to him as we thought they were.
No, the media made it with these pictures make us.
They make you think he was close to them, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
So he know Mary Giuliani. He don't know them.
Yeah.
Who that woman? Like Wanda Sykes said, I got enough room for one. Ben is in my head.
Yeah, I got one black woman.
And I got a black guy and a black woman. Yeah. That's it.
I do Kanye.
Before I became president, it was Snoop.
Yeah.
I had Snoop in my head.
Well, he did Obama first because he was going against Obama.
No, I'm saying the friends.
Oh, friends. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Only got room for it. I don't even know my wife. He don't even know his wife.
Or his son.
So, yeah. What's my son's name again? Barron. Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
That's sad. Okay.
Yeah. Trump thinks about Trump. So, all right, here we go. A woman was arrested for killing her terminally ill husband at a Florida hospital.
Did he ask to be to go?
Police said they arrested an elderly woman after she killed her terminally ill husband at a Daytona Beach, Florida hospital Saturday as part of a pact that the pair made weeks beforehand.
That's what I'm saying. Is it something like that? Like, please, if I'm ever in this situation, go ahead and help in my life.
Okay, but let's guess what happens when you say that.
What happens?
She could be charged with first-degree murder.
Of course. Of course.
Apparently, because he was terminally ill, they had a conversation about it, and they actually planned this approximately about 3 weeks ago. If he continued to take a turn for the worse, Daytona Beach Police Chief Jakari Young said at a press conference he wanted her to end his life.
Yeah.
The authorities received an alert about the shooting on the 11th floor of the Advent Health Daytona Beach Hospital around 11:45 a.m. on Saturday.
Oh, she shot him?
After the 76-year-old woman shot her 77-year-old husband in the head.
There's other ways she could have done that.
Hostage negotiators spoke with the woman. They spoke with her until 3 p.m. when they were able to take her into custody after using a flashbang grenade to distract her. Wow. The authorities said they are unsure how the woman was able to bring a gun into the hospital.
They wasn't suspecting, and then anybody right now can, right? Because they don't have detectors.
The police chief said she did not threaten hospital staff or other patients. During negotiations, the authorities learned that the original plan would involve the husband shooting both himself and his wife.
Oh, they go together.
Who Young described as being in a depressed state. However, the wife took over after they realized he was too weak to do it himself. When she's supposed to, what happened to her? Wasn't she supposed to take herself out too? What kind of crap is that? If we have a deal, you take me out and then you go too.
If you're too weak to do it.
And I'm not going to do myself.
I didn't really want to do myself. What? He was going to do her and him?
I guess he was going, they didn't plan this out.
Right. Oh.
He should have did her first.
And what if he didn't do himself afterwards? Or he's too weak?
See, he was too weak.
He couldn't pull the trigger. This was an episode on Golden Girls. It was? It wasn't the shooting. But the grandmother, her friend was depressed and wanted to take her life. And she said, promise me, what was the mom's name? I can't think of it.
Estelle? Well, that's her real name.
Promise me as my friend, you will be with me when I take my life. Because she was going to do it with pills.
Okay.
And the grandmother was like, okay, I'll make that promise to you. And then when she went over there, all the other daughters and the other people in the Golden Girls were not. Of course, when you hear somebody say, I'm going to be there and help her.
Yeah, they're not going to. Yeah,
they're like, what are you doing? No, don't do that.
Right.
Talk her into living and whatever. Yeah. But she said, I promised my friend, and she don't want to die alone.
Okay.
So she went to her home, and she said, thank you for being here. She had her little pills ready. Mm-hmm. She said, I didn't want to be by myself. I appreciate you. I have everything in place.
Wow.
When I pass away, you do this, this, and this. And then she thought for a moment, then she started reminiscing. Remember when we were just, and we used to do this and this, and her friends started remembering, and they started.
She wanted to make her feel better.
She reminded her of the fun they had and the life that she had. You don't want to take that all away, do you? You don't want to pass away. So she finally said, don't do it. Don't do it.
But how do you do it if you are terminally ill and you don't want to be here?
You can't do this.
But how do you do it? Because the doctors won't do it.
You got to let if there's nothing in it. Is there something in writing that say don't put them on the support?
Yeah, but what if that's not the thing? What if you're just in pain and you're getting worse and you don't want to be here?
You can't help them pass away.
But how do you do it?
Remember, Dr. Death did it.
But what if you're too weak?
It doesn't matter. You can't help them pass away because you're murdering them.
But what if they in pain?
It don't matter. I can't take you out of your
I wouldn't have did no gun though. There's a whole bunch of ways.
But anything that I do to make it go faster, I'm killing you. I'm taking your life.
Janae says, sorry for laughing. Life is definitely a gift. No, it's fine. We laugh at stuff too, Janae.
And people get mad at us for laughing.
People send us, they write things. That's not funny.
How dare you laugh at that?
People want you to be sad 24 hours a day. And they want everything in the world to make you cry. We got mass shootings every 5 seconds in this country.
It's like
and we're supposed to get on air and be like, oh, Lord, and cry the whole time. We have to find something
to laugh at
in this world. It's the thing that's happening is not funny.
Exactly.
But you have to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah, because I think they got mad at me when it was a baby that was left by himself. Home alone.
You could be at a funeral.
The baby didn't pass away, but I laughed at that. And
we was at my grandmother's funeral, and we was all outside, all the cousins and everybody, and we was laughing. We was laughing at people's shoes. We was laughing at everything.
And we were reminiscing on grandma things that she did that made us laugh.
As we walked in the church, this pastor made it a down. He was a Debbie Downer. He was a Debbie Downer, and everybody started crying.
We all cried. And even my dad was crying. Walked down that lonesome road and remembering and we was all like, we didn't laugh anymore. We were like,
everybody was crying. My dad was crying. So then when we left after the thing was over, got back to the house, everybody started laughing because we was making fun of the pastor.
Thank you, doing that.
And my dad was laughing. Everybody was laughing. Yes. And that's his mom. We have enough time to cry.
Yes.
When it's time to laugh, let's laugh.
I know. And and we don't mean to laugh at tragedy as well, because if there's a shooting or something, that's not funny. People are losing their loved ones with all of this craziness.
Yes.
But in this story, we're looking at possibilities of other ways of taking someone's life if a family member really wants to go.
Well, Emerald says people are physically suffering should have a choice. I agree.
But is the choice me, you doing it to me?
Danae say, right. Emerald said Dr. Kevorkian helped many people with this. Danae said exactly. And Emerald said he didn't serve any time. Because I feel like
he got off for that?
Yeah. My thing is, what happens if you're terminally ill, but you're too weak to take your own life?
For me personally, it would be my faith will have to be the one that's going to be to carry me, because it would have to be my faith, my spiritual faith, because I would have to say, God, let it happen naturally. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm often.
I can't.
But nobody would be.
Not especially the way she's doing it.
And the thing I don't like about you is
if you left on a machine. No, but you said, I think with a machine, though, don't you have in writing, don't put them on a machine, don't resuscitate.
But you
don't have to be on a machine, because you can put that in writing.
But you'll have me live on a machine.
No, I won't.
All right.
Because you don't want to.
No.
Thank you. I would honor your wishes.
No, you didn't. Because I asked you another time with you, and you said, then again, I might change my mind at the last minute.
Look, it would have to be, my family is a spiritual family. It would have to be, did you feel that too, so-and-so? Yeah, I feel like it's time for
and I'm laying there. It's pain.
Pull the plug.
Dang it. I wish I could talk.
Are you saying to pull the plug too? Yes. God showed me in a dream that she's already wanting to be with him. Pull the plug. Okay, I wanted to hold on another 2 more months, because God can heal her. He can raise her from the dead.
And I'm in pain. Now I got to be in pain for 2 more months. While you trying to hear from God.
Because I want to hear from God if it's ready the time to pull the plug.
I pray that I never have to be in that situation.
There has been some people who come out of comas, being a vegetable, and you're like, oh, that's a miracle. I want to at least give it a chance. What you say, God?
And they'll say I'm mean because I want to pull the plug on.
If you can pull the plug yourself, you would reach over and pull it.
Because we just had, and people can't say I'm for real. Because my mother had COVID.
Yeah.
And she was on the ventilator. Mm-hmm. And they said, they called, because it was me, because you was in the hospital too.
Right.
She had it too. She was in the emergency room. I was by myself at home.
I was 3 doors down from her.
And they asked me, if we take your mother off of the ventilator, do you want us to take your mother off of the ventilator?
No, when we take her off and she's not able to breathe, do you want us to resuscitate her?
Right. And or not resuscitate her, but take her off. And
for whatever reason, she can't breathe on her own, and she just goes to cardiac arrest or whatever.
I said, if it was me, you can take her off.
That's cold.
Because I said, if God meant for her to breathe, she'll breathe on her own.
Yeah.
So then I said, but I'm not going to make that decision.
I don't mind.
So I called
the pumps on the heart.
I called her sister. She only got one sister. They grew up together. They 70-something-year-old women.
Yes.
I said, Auntie, if Mama, they asking me, if they take her off of this ventilator and she can't breathe on her own, do you want them to resuscitate, bring her back? She said, oh, Lord Jesus, yes. Lord have mercy. Yes, Jesus, whatever. Give her whatever they need to give her to make her live, Lord.
Yes.
And I said, okay, because I was saying,
you was like, cut her loose.
And they took her off and she breathed on her own.
Thank you. They didn't have to resuscitate her. She breathed.
But that's what I said.
But the vegetable, I mean, if the person is, when we say terminally ill.
Yeah.
Is that in that state?
Terminally ill means you're that's it. You're
Can
gone.
you put that in writing? For God forbid, if you can do everything in writing prior to you getting to that point, to please don't allow me to live, or to unplug the machine or whatever, because I don't want to live that
Emerald
way.
says, I agree with you, Lenora, but everyone, unfortunately, are not believers.
I know.
And Danae said, might change her mind. She laughing. Yeah. I had it when it first hit. She must be talking about COVID. Was not fun at all. And Emerald says, it's important to have your choice in writing.
Yes.
And if the time comes.
Yes. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to make sure that all of this.
But going back to these people, that was not well planned out.
No, not to use a gun.
I think she was supposed to off herself.
You could have slipped them some pills.
I think she was supposed to off herself.
What do you mean?
He's too weak. So she took him and then she was supposed to off herself. And she didn't.
She didn't. Now she got to pay for it in a prison.
Now, unfortunately, I understand the lady. She got to go to jail.
She has.
Because how do I know she's telling the truth?
That's true too. Because she could be doing it to get the money.
Or how do we know she just didn't want to off him? Because he was causing her too much problem.
You don't know what the motive is.
That man could have cheated on her his whole life. And she's like, nah, finally.
Here's my chance.
And then when it happens, or she could have lied to him and said, we'll do you first, and then I'll do me.
We don't know.
And then
They're not that old.
76 is old.
No, I was thinking in 90s. If you're 90 something, but she's 77. That's not that old. Well, he is 77.
For us, it's not that old, but to other people, that's old.
That's only so many years older than me.
Emerald says, I was in the ICU fighting for my life last year. COVID almost took me out. Yep. That was my mom and that was my sister. Yeah. That's why I don't play with COVID.
Yeah. And some people have boosters and vaccines and they don't have it as bad, as rough, but still, it's just.
So I don't know, y'all. You let us know what y'all think. I think she got to go to jail.
It needs to be, she needs to go to jail because the way she tried to do it.
Yeah.
Or the way she did do it, because she succeeded, right?
And Emerald said, I was not prepared. We were not either. And then Danae said, glad you recovered. We were not prepared.
And you have to telling us to prep for that.
You have to prep. You have to prep in case something happens to you. What does your family know? What's your life insurance? What's your, you know what I'm saying? Bills, your banking, all of that.
All of that.
The first thing you got to do is you got to go, in my opinion, if I was the other person, and you told me all your info, I'm going to the bank. I'm taking everything out. I'm not even giving a chance.
If you're able to do that, though,
right.
You may not even be listed as a person to do that.
But no, not if you have to give me your ATM card.
Give me your
ATM card. Not all at one time, but a large amount.
Have your financial.
But just have everything. You gotta be prepared.
Have your power of attorney, the thing for your health, the thing for your finances.
I didn't know your life insurance. I didn't know your doctor. My mom
had to pay for hers and didn't know.
I didn't know her insurance. Mm-hmm. She had an insurance payment that was due. Mm-hmm. She was in the hospital for over a month. I was like, I don't know how to make her payment.
There are spouses that have passed away who handled all the finances, and the other spouse didn't have a clue.
Yep.
So, be ready. That's part of prepping too.
So that's part of prepping. Mm-hmm. So if you don't get anything out of the show, you should be prepared for emergency and make sure your family, somebody in your family, or if you have it in a safety deposit box or something where it's written out or something where everything is there and the person can just come.
All those
they can get all that.
But in this situation, I would
not go to jail. No.
You take
a gun.
That you help take the life of that person. I don't.
And not that way.
I really
she could have slipped him something. Not that way.
I'm thinking, well, yeah, that way. I probably still wouldn't do it any nice way. Still.
Emerald says life insurance, burial insurance. Kids need to know your final wishes. Yep.
Who gets the house, car,
everything.
Okay.
All right, y'all. I know that was a downer, but
let's
do
another
story.
Upbeat story here.
Georgia DA investigating Trump for 2020 election interference says charging decisions are imminent after grand jury report. This the woman that after everybody.
Is that the one from
Young Thug? Everybody. She done put everybody in jail. Georgia DA.
Okay.
She going after everybody.
She is. Yeah.
The Georgia prosecutor investigating former President Donald Trump and his allies for possible criminal interference in the state's 2020 presidential election told a judge Tuesday that the decisions on whether and whom to charge in the probe are imminent. She's the same one that said there's going to be another famous rapper that we don't know about that's getting ready to get indicted. She ain't playing. Wow. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis cited that plan during a hearing in Atlanta where she urged the judge to keep sealed for now a final special grand jury report that was assembled to gather evidence and hear testimony for what that investigation.
Okay. Is open to the public.
Donald Wakeford told.
Now I am special purpose grand jury member McBurney, and I disagree with that approach. I'm not going to tell you our deliberations. I'm going to tell you how we came up with what we came up with, why we did. I'm going to tell you what several witnesses said because I didn't like what they said or I really liked what they said because their testimony isn't protected in any way. Why could that not happen? Well, on what basis could I forbid it from happening so that there could be contempt if it did happen?
Because the report is the necessary result of the deliberations of the grand jury.
So is a jury verdict, so is an indictment, so is a general presentment or a special presentment. It's the synthesis of, it's the end product of, but it's not the deliberations. And that's where where we began, our part of the conversation, that's what Olson is all about. It's just the deliberations. You can't be in there. I can't be in there while they're deliberating. What happens, what goes into it, witness testimony, you actually could have had 5 assistant district attorneys.
So basically, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but basically that's who she's going after. So he got the New York lady going after him, black lady, and now he got the black lady in Georgia going after him.
Coming after. And whatever they can find, whatever they can prove, whatever they can make him pay for it. Until then, people are still thinking he's above the law. He
thinks he's above the law.
He thinks he is, but so far it's kind of showing that he is because no arrest has been made, no final decision, really showing proof. I'm sorry, Mr. President, you got to go to jail, and then they come in with handcuffs. We haven't read him his rights. Well, until then, we still feel he's floating.
Now you saw this. Heavily armed and very polite carjackers call victim sir and repeatedly thank him.
In Chicago, they showed it on our local news.
They robbed this man. He had a pizza in his hand.
Very polite.
They walked up to him.
Yes.
Took the pizza politely so that he can get his keys out to give to them. And then gave him his pizza back.
And said, thank you very much,
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day. They were polite. They didn't hit at him. They didn't threaten him. They were politely going up to him saying they was carjacking him.
A group of men armed with rifle and 2 handguns carjacked the man as he carried pizzas in the Bridgeport in Bridgeport on Saturday evening. Surveillance video on the robbery shows that the offenders, while heavily armed, were remarkably courteous. Calling the victim sir, saying thank you, and even returning his pizzas after he handed over his car keys.
Because he gave him the pizza box while he got his keys out.
I'll hold that for you, sir.
Here. Go ahead. Did you find them?
Normally we would take the pizza, sir, but we went to Popeyes before we got here.
Here's your pizza back, sir. Thank you so much. They take the keys and they take his car.
Saturday's robbery occurred 2 blocks from where another victim was robbed by a group of men armed with pistols and a rifle on January 5th. That crime was also captured on video.
Were they polite?
The victim, 36, was walking on the 600 block of West 29th Street when the 3 men confronted him around 7:35. It wasn't even late. A Chicago police spokesperson said video shows 2 robbers displaying handguns and a third sprinting across the street with a rifle. Let's see. There they are. Here they come.
Wow. Got his gun.
He gonna hold the pizza. Let me get my keys.
So you gonna do that with a gun pointing at you?
Thank you. Here you go, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And he's probably saying thank you because y'all didn't shoot me. Oh, he walks away with his pizza with no car. Oh.
What is this? I think they did it because they didn't want to shock him. And they feel like, let's be polite and just try to...
I have never heard of that.
Never heard of that. Danae said, I'm Generation X and leaving simple instructions. I don't want nothing big. I told my twin brother, keep it simple and without paying big money. Yeah, very simple funeral.
Thank you. Some people want to be
and don't spend
cremated.
A lot.
Some people don't even want to have a funeral, open casket. They just want to be cremated.
But with this, have y'all ever heard of anybody robbing somebody
and
politely?
They didn't even rush up on them. They just all walked over with his gun in his hand. They didn't holler and scream like some people do. Give me your keys.
Do you think they knew him?
I don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the thing.
And when you have these situations, we had a family member that was carjacked. The one thing you don't want them to do is just use you as target practice.
Right. It said, you got keys? One of them asked before agreeing to hold the victim's pizza so the man can dig his keys out of his pocket. You good? A carjacker asked, returning the pizzas after the man surrenders the keys. I'm good, he replies. All right, thank you, replies one. Thank you, sir, says another. You betcha, replies the victim as he takes a long drag from a cigarette, then walks away. Chicago police said the trio drove away with the victim's Toyota RAV4, but no one was in custody as of Sunday evening.
You good.
Now, what's this one? Just 2 blocks from Saturday's crime, a group of men displayed guns and a rifle to rob a man outside a Marathon gas station. It's probably the same ones, right?
I don't know.
Let's see. See how they get you?
Oh, he went to see if it was locked.
And then here come the man. Here. Oh. Look at that. And then the other car is there, so you can't do nothing. Well, they're not polite to him.
Oh, they taking his coat. This is real sad, y'all, when people are doing this. And they do it in groups. It'd be 1 or 2. One drives away while the other one gets the car. One man had his baby with him, and they just put him out and the baby.
What is going on? See how they get you?
Yeah, that's sad. Did y'all see what happened? It was the one lady at the gas station, and they tried to come at her.
What'd she do?
She took the gas. She was getting gas.
Oh, she put it on them.
She put the gas all on them, and they all got and ran. They ran away because the next thing coming is a
thing.
So she just used the gas pump and pumped gas on them. Oh my goodness! And that one lady in Chicago, they showed on the news. She had her dog in the back seat. She was kicking at him.
Oh, yeah.
He was dragging her. He was in the car. It was just one guy.
But I don't think she was able to get it, right?
She wasn't able to get it, but she was holding on, and they was dragging her, and then finally she just laid in the street.
And then I think
she was trying to fight him.
I think they got rid of her dog, didn't they?
I don't know.
I don't think she got her
found that dog.
Yeah, that was, so she did all of that and still ended up without the dog.
Lord.
Danae said cremation is what I want. Me too.
Some people are doing that.
Emerald said, and start and end on time. The funeral. That's not going to happen.
The homegoing program. That's what they call it.
Danae said, mm-hmm. And she said, so sad. And Emerald said, Chi-Town is rough for real. Brother can't even keep his coat. after they take his car.
Can they just take the car? Can I leave? Can I?
But that seemed like the same guys. Why was they nice to the other guy?
I don't know if those.
They let him have his pizza and everything.
That was the same guy.
It had to be rifle, 2 guns, 3 guys, a few blocks on the other side.
Yeah, they was nice.
They was polite to the pizza man, but not to the other guy.
I'm surprised the pizza man didn't lie and say they said you got keys.
I wonder if it's.
Said no.
I wonder if because we couldn't hear the second one, if how they approach him. If they approach you and you say something they don't like, they're not going to be polite.
Oh.
I don't know. Who knows what's going on in criminals' heads.
My goodness.
But y'all just saw 2 carjackings. Isn't that crazy?
That's sad. That's really sad.
All right, y'all. So that was it. Danae said, is that chaos or chisos? What is that, Danae? Because you're from Nigeria, so I don't know. You could be saying something.
Chaos? Is that chaos?
You're probably saying chaos. Crazy.
And I think this happens all over the world.
Yes. All over the world. But Chicago is ridiculous.
Chicago, one of my relatives was saying they may want to come back to the city, and one of my friends she's from the city, Chicago area, and she lives in Indiana.
No,
she said you don't want to come back.
We good, y'all. You don't
want to come back to Chicago. If for some reason the numbers are rising with how people are doing it. They're doing it in groups.
Well, are people going to vote for Mayor Lightfoot again? Do they think she got something to do with it?
I don't know, because my cousin from another state, he said that she's known. People like her.
See,
we'll see. The numbers are close, you guys. They're running for a new mayor in Chicago.
Yep,
now.
a few more weeks.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's it.
Yeah.
So don't forget to
I don't
like.
think there's anything you can do with crime, like with high crime. What do you think? Is it the consequences need to change the law?
Well, Mayor Daley was a criminal, so he was able to stop it.
Oh, he would take. You said
he would take.
That's what you felt.
No, he did do it. He took.
He would take gangbangers.
He would take gangbangers and drop them off in other
gangbangers territory.
He would and put them in prison with other ones that they
for your life.
So you didn't just go to. He wouldn't put you in prison with your own people. He put you in prison with people that against you.
Yeah, the rivals.
So you didn't want to go.
Yeah.
And then also the police were crooks. You know, Chicago police.
Now they're filming now, because you believe it. Back in the day when they didn't film, you don't know who got hit in the head, you got and knees on their neck.
So I don't know. Okay. What can we do? Again, you gotta laugh. Whatever you can find it, you gotta laugh. So
I hope our jokes of the day kind of relieves that.
Yeah. Do you look at our jokes of the day? On all the jokes that we do?
No, because
you there. You listen to them. That's right. That's true.
Yeah.
Emerald says, thank you, ladies. Danae says, I'm from California, but visiting Nigeria. Okay.
Okay.
Chisos is say Jesus in their language. Okay.
Jesus.
All right. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you again. Thank you, Danae, for the super chat. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Always believe, y'all. And subscribe to our other channel, Woods Relax Sleep Sounds, all one word.
Did you do those surveys that you said you was gonna put out?
I only asked if you ever peed in the bed as an adult.
Oh, you didn't do the other one?
What's the other one?
I forgot.
Oh, see, if you remember, I'll put it up there.
Okay.
What happened to the donkey of the day? Emerald said it was DeSantis.
And what again was it? With the African American
studies, and we said that yesterday. So I was like,
we didn't speak to it as a donkey of the day, but
that was Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day today,
and that is a donkey, because the reason why I was saying it earlier. DeSantis needs to be real careful if he wants to run for president, not to ruffle feathers with anybody.
He's not just Florida; it's the whole country,
dude.
Yeah.
And you acting crazy with Florida, with African American, any kind of thing.
Yeah,
man, come on now.
All right,
so that's why he a donkey.
Yeah. Oh, we got plenty of stuff to talk about when these elections start going. I'm gonna be making fun of everybody.
Oh, stop.
All right, y'all. Mother.
And you was hoping and praying that Herschel Walker ran for president.
God,
we do not want that man.
I want
nowhere near the Capitol.
I want him to run so bad.
Nowhere near, please.
But I want him to run so that I have comic relief the whole year.
Physically run, not run for any office.
He thinks he's going to be running physically. I got to get in.
He always using that football as an analogy.
Let me tell you something. What I got to do
when it's 2 minutes left.
What I got to do is I got to get in shape.
to run for the president. So what I got to do is I got to go to football camp, and I got
because I'm a werewolf.
I'm gonna be running.
So I'm a werewolf run.
You know what I did want? I want to go back to being I want to be a vampire.
Vampire. Okay.
See, I was a werewolf. That's why I lost that senator thing.
Yeah.
If I would have been a vampire, I could have lived forever.
Yeah.
And then I can run in 100 years from now.
I just have to make sure it's nighttime and not daytime.
I'll take that back. I should have never said. And then I didn't realize that vampires is much more popular than werewolves. See, people don't like werewolves. See, vampires, they sexy.
I cannot have
vampires is sexy.
Oh my goodness.
I should have never said. See, werewolves is ugly. What did I say?
Scary.
Why did I say I won't be a werewolf? What was I thinking of? That's what made me lose. If I wouldn't have never said that, all the other things I did, I would have beat that damn Womack.
That's what it was.
And then Womack sound like werewolf.
Yes, he does.
It's too close.
Womack.
People went in, they was thinking Womack werewolf. And they voted Womack thinking they vote for me.
Right.
Because I said I werewolf. And that sounds similar. I should have never said that. My mother told me when I said that. My mother called me and she told me, you should have never said that, Herschel. You should have said you always wanted to be a vampire.
I hope your mother tell you not to run.
Herschel, you got vampires all in your room, all on hanging up the posters.
Why you say
werewolf, Herschel? I don't know why I did that. I watched that movie. That's what changed my mind. Because that werewolf beat that vampire in that movie. I should have stayed right course.
Oh my God.
I tell you one thing. I'm going to run for president.
No.
And I'm going to be a vampire.
You be a vampire then?
I'm going to be a vampire.
Oh, you may just...
That's how I'm going to do it.
You may just win.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. And I know one thing. I know he my friend, but if I'm running against Donald Trump, I'm going to be a vampire.
Okay.
Because he don't like vampires. Donald Trump say he like werewolf like I did. See what I there? You got to think about that stuff there.
Oh, no, please.
All right, here we go. All right, y'all. We supposed to be out of here. All right. Emerald says, you too, sis. Love. And Danae laugh. And Emerald says, unfortunately, you sound smarter than he does. Laugh out loud.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later. See y'all tomorrow.